Today I took one trade and one winner, and I tried to kind of implement a new adding strategy, and that gamble did not pay off today. So could have been a $200 plus day, but ended up with 125 here. So pivot relationships after a big sell-off on Friday. Value area is also clearly lower, and floor pivots are CPR is also lower, and then cams are also lower, significantly lower. So all bearish pivot relationships, and we have been making a bearish trend recently, especially after the close under S1 on I think the 3rd, and then a close under S1 on Friday also. So been kind of in a bearish trend, and but today overnight it's been rallying up and opening inside value area here, and also inside range, and inside L3 and H3 here. So I'm not a huge fan of shorting here because we're opening inside value, but also this was an H3 level here that was also aligning with supply from Friday. So I liked that. I also liked that there was a high volume node ledge at 7043 or so. That's a low volume node over here. So I did like that, but I also didn't like that it was POC, and I don't want to play a level in the middle of the range here. But then again, it was supply and H3, so a little bit hesitant on that, but decided to go for it anyways. And then my other plan on the long side was a long value area low here at 7414, which kind of was near this demand zone at about 7400 here. So yeah, that was basically my plan for today, long in this area or short in this area. So market opens up, and it opens up just underneath H3 and rallies up into H3 and supply here. There was this high that broke these highs in pre-market, but with a lower RSI. So it was already forming an RSI normal divergence there. So I'm looking at this level as price comes into this level. It is 74.64, that's H3 into supply. So it comes back in as soon as market opens up. This is about 1 minute into market open. What I see is the 1 minute delta divergence here forming, although it doesn't close like that. Also 20 range delta divergence here with the POC at the top, with a shooting star candle formed. So delta divergence here, 20R. Didn't quite close the delta divergence on the 1 minute, but as it retests back in here, forms a CVD hidden divergence. Price does not break highs, but delta is one of my favorite confirmations here. So I really, really like that. And as long as this area holds, I want to take a short. So I see it kind of holding here, forms a little bit of a P shape with POC here, and then comes down and forms a delta divergence on the 2 minute here. Just right about now. Yeah, so delta divergence forms, and I enter with 2 contracts here. Beautiful delta divergence, and then delta divergence on the 20 range chart, and also that beautiful CVD hidden divergence, which I really liked. So yeah, those were my confirmations, and I thought it was pretty good confirmations. Right at my level, which is also H3 and supply, so I liked how there was a multiple level confluence there. And then as soon as I enter, it just keeps tanking. Forms a very nice 2 minute delta divergence there. So it pretty much sells off straight down within 3 minutes here. So about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it sells down, hits my 3-hour target, and I actually take profit a little bit more than 3R because from the way it's been selling off, I thought it was a pretty strong sell off. So I had my target at 42, which it hit. And now the next level I'm trying to target is a technical level, the nearest technical level I had was the VWAP at 25 at this point, I think. So I had my target there, but that's about 20 points from here. So I don't know, maybe I got a little bit too greedy here, but because I could have taken both off here, and that would have been about 20.1 around 2 contracts, which is pretty big. But I decided to try to go for more. And what I did was that when it came back up and pulled back and formed a very nice delta divergence on 2 minute and on the 20R, I added another contract here. Yeah, with the stop above 74.50 and a half. So I put the remaining contract stop also here, and the new contract stop also here too. And the idea was that it would keep selling off, and it would sell off all the way into VWAP here at 25 or so. So that was the thesis, at least. And I almost could have stopped out here, but it seems like it's working out. My gamble's kind of paying off, it seems like. Delta divergence on the 2 minute, another delta divergence on the 20 range, and it was looking pretty good, but it doesn't finish forming that. Yeah, even here was lots of buyers, but it wasn't really selling off or rallying. So I thought it was going to work out, but it forms a B shape there and it rallies up. So even at this point, I could have just gotten out at 42 or so. This was my second entry here, so I could have just taken it out at break even, but I don't know. It looked so good that I wanted to see if it could reject again. But it didn't, and stopped me out. So could have been a bigger winner, but yeah, it went about 1R and then stopped me out. Yeah, could have been a bigger winner, but didn't happen. If I did just have my target and at 25 or so, although VWAP at this point came up to about 29, I would have gone stopped out at break even anyway. So yeah, could have gotten a little bit more, but not a bad thesis here, and it was a good sell off. So yeah, I might be trying to do a bit more of this adding to the position kind of thing, especially with runners here. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes.